Welcome back to Tech Radar. I'm Matt Phillips, and this right here is the Elgato ring light, brand new from Elgato, and the guys over at Corsair sent this over to us to check out and unbox for you today. If you enjoy videos like this, please do leave a like, it helps out a lot. Subscribe so you don't miss any of our future Tech Radar content. This is a really interesting product, especially for me. Obviously, you guys know I'm a video producer, and so when it comes to cameras, lighting gear, all that sort of stuff, I'm super interested, right? And these ring lights have been coming out left, right, and center from everybody, right? Especially since the pandemic hit, right? Everybody's working from home. You want to up your home video conferencing game or start streaming. I totally get it. And ring lights seem to be the way to go. But there are so many out there, right? And Elgato, a brand that we all know and love, especially gamers out there will know and love, decided, well, let's just do it better than everybody else. Or at least that's what they're saying. We're gonna find out today, I think, if that is the case. A couple of things before we get into the unboxing that sort of stood out to me immediately. This first bullet point, where is it? Over here, down here. Wi-Fi controlled. That's a huge deal for me. I can't tell you the amount of times, sort of like I said, as a video producer, I've set up a light somewhere that's difficult to get to, it's tangled in cables. If I can do all this from my phone, turn it on and off, change the temperature, all those fun things, I'm so down, I'm so down. That is massively appealing to me. We're gonna try and download the app as well, try and get all that working, show you how it works. Now, obviously, you've been paying attention. I think TikTok really has taken the world by storm, and these ring lights have been popping up everywhere. Interestingly, in all the kind of photos here, there's one on the back as well there. Look, somebody doing a makeup tutorial, standard YouTube stuff. Interestingly, they've all got like proper full-on camcorders. I don't see a reason you wouldn't be able to put your phone into this thing. But as far as ring lights go, obviously, this is quite a bit bigger, or the box would at least suggest it's quite a bit bigger. We're going to find out in a second. But clearly, they're gearing this towards sort of that streamer market and proper video conferencing calls done professionally. So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, size-wise, does it fit a phone? I brought some stuff today so we can try and put my phone into it. We'll try and put the second camera over here into it as well, and see what it looks like. But without further ado, let's get into the unboxing. Here we go. Wow, look at that. Loads of instructions, loads of help there on how to set this thing up right for you. Front and back, love to see it. And already, this is kind of more accessories I'm seeing here than I was expecting, right? Little ball joint here, so you can attach whatever you want onto there and then angle it to exactly where you want. Even put it down so you could do portrait mode on some stuff. Love that. Set that aside for a second. Power adapter. Now, this is one thing I don't know about this thing, is if it runs on batteries as well as power adapter. I'm assuming not, but that could be a deal breaker for some people. Different plug attachments, we don't need any of them. We're in the UK here. Find the one we need, which is that one right there. Bang. Put the others to the side. And then the ring light itself. Now, actually, this is already smaller than I thought it would be, right? Based on the size of the box, considerably smaller than I thought it would be, which for me is a huge benefit. I was kind of worried when I received this box in the mail. This thing's going to be huge. But look at that. Just to give you a comparison, if I put my phone sort of in there, that's what it would look like. So we'll get all that set up in a second. What else have we got in the box? First of all, let's have a look. And it comes with, now this is really interesting. It comes with a stand for it as well that is desk mountable. Again, some people will love that. Some people will be looking for a kind of a lighting rig, a tripod type deal. And that seems to be everything that's in the box. Everything you need, really. So let's set this up then. Let's get this ready on the edge of the desk. So one thing I'm initially noticing here that wasn't immediately obvious to me is this ball head joint here is obviously for the ring light itself. Once you put it on, you'd be able to adjust it to how you want. And then this ball joint is for inside the ring light, so you can adjust your camera separately, which is quite nice, right? You could angle your light one way, angle your camera another to get that perfect setup for you. But we will play with all that in a second. One other thing to point out, obviously, you have a little bit of extension here, so you could go to sort of double the height it initially comes in at. So far so good. Super easily set up an assembly. Bang that on there. Now, one thing to point out, the box itself doesn't come with anything that would allow you to attach your phone in. Where can I see you? Can you see me there? Is that good? Is that good framing? The box itself doesn't come with anything that would allow you to attach your phone into this straight away. Like I say, this looks like it's geared more at kind of cameras, DSLRs and stuff like that. I brought something from home that's going to allow me to attach my phone into here, just so we can see what that looks like. And then what I'll do is I'll take our second camera here and attach that in so we can get a look at that as well. Another thing to point out here as well, guys, is that there are no batteries in the box. This is clearly not a battery-powered ring light. It is mains only, so let's go get that in first, I think. Okay, guys, moment of truth. Here we go. And bang, there you go. It takes a second to power up, but there it is. Obviously, you wouldn't point it directly into the camera like this with it all in frame, but just wanted to show you guys what it looked like. Now I'll go get my accessories so we can put my phone in there. All right then, guys, so this is from a GorillaPod that I have for my phone. Very useful, very handy to have out and about. But I'm wondering if this will just slot onto here. Yes, it will. Perfect. Say we've got this ball joint here now, so we can angle this exactly how we want it to. I love that. Love that. Grab my phone. All the text kicking off this morning. As I'm recording this, ladies and gents, PlayStation 5 pre-orders just went live. It's kicking off on the internet. It's kicking off. Here we go. Video mode. And there we go. Bang. Holding our phone in there now. Lovely job. And that is kind of an ideal setup, isn't it? Boom. So, what we'll do now is we'll flip it round and I'll show you some before and after on and off shots. Obviously it's difficult because we've got studio lighting in here, but I'll show you some different tests. Hey there guys, so this is now shooting on my iPhone 10. I've turned off all the lights in the studio other than these blue LEDs you can see behind me, just so we can see the impact of the ring light, right? So this is just the ring light on its own coming on in a second. Boom. It does take a second to boot up, which is interesting. But as you can see, that's kind of providing all the light I would really need to do a vlog like this style. Super even light, super diffused, nice light onto me. I'm not even casting too much shadow on the background. I'm pretty close to the background here. So that's really interesting to see. What I'll do now is I will go back, turn on all the studio lights, turn the ring light off, and then activate the ring light so you can see that impact there too. Okay guys, so this is still shooting on my iPhone just here, and this is without the ring light, but the studio light's on, and I'm just flicking on the ring light now again. Takes that second to boot up, but as soon as it does, you can see that's so much more evenly lit across my face there. Again, with the big studio lights blasting in as well, it's not making a huge amount of difference, but this is really designed for sort of that home setup where you don't already have these big studio lights, you know? So interestingly guys, I just took a look at the manual here, and it does say that the ring light can take up to 10 seconds to boot up. We haven't experienced that, as right, it's been within sort of a second or two, but something to bear in mind that if your unit at home is taking 10 seconds to boot up, it does say that that's a possibility. Okay then guys, interesting wrinkle right now. In order to pair this to the control app on the phone, you need to have this on the same Wi-Fi network as your phone. Unfortunately, here in the studio, I'm unable to do that. So I'm gonna take all this setup home and show you what that looks like from my home studio. One last thing to point out before we leave the studio is though that I've had this on now for well over an hour. No heat coming from here whatsoever. Now that's something you would expect from a ring light LED light like this, but something I thought worth pointing out to you guys. But without further ado, let's head home and see if we can get that control app working. Okay guys, we are now back at home in the home studio setup, and as promised, the Elgato software control app is up here and running. Will it focus? There we go. So if we use this button here, we can turn off the ring light, turn it back on in the same way. Bang, there it is. And we've also got temperature and power settings there as well, so we can whack it up full brightness, and that's what it looks like at full brightness. Okay, and one other last thing I wanted to show you guys. We're doing picture-in-picture mode here, but this is also fully controllable from Stream Deck if you have an Elgato Stream Deck. So I've set mine up here. I've got this little icon here to tell me it's light that we're dealing with. And in here, obviously you can see the ring light's on right now. If I use this button here, I can turn the ring light off. You'll see that get darker. Turn it back on. Oh, hit it twice, my mistake. Turn it back on. I can set it to 25% brightness. I can set it to 100% brightness. And again, I've set up all of these controls in here so I can dim the brightness by 10 each time or up. I can even change the color temperature in here to make it more warm, make it cooler, and I can do all that from my Stream Deck as well. So if you've got a Stream Deck, this kind of thing really is a no-brainer. Now, I've had a look in all the materials that got sent over to me as well. The price for this ring light is $199 or £189. I'll put a full list of currencies up here so that you can see exactly how much it would cost in your area. And yeah, using it initially, it's exactly what I was after in this sort of setup. Obviously, $199 is a lot of money for a device like this. There are a lot of cheaper versions out there. But if you're already in the Elgato ecosystem, you've already got a Stream Deck, you've already got Control Center on your phone, you're already used to using these kind of products, then it's an absolute no-brainer, right? And you know you're getting that quality with a brand like Elgato. So for me, this is really the perfect kind of ring light that I was after. If you enjoyed this video, guys, found value in it at all, please do drop a like. It helps us out loads. Please subscribe to Tech Radar on YouTube so you can see plenty more videos just like this one. And all that's left to do is remind you that you should head to techradar.com for all the latest tech news and reviews.